Hi, this is Shannah, and this is a new pick a card reading. This is Should I Stay or Should I Go? This is for people that are in relationships or have a love connection to someone else, but are not in a relationship, but still feel that connection. And for people that are wondering, should I leave this connection or not? Should I leave this relationship or not? But please remember, do not make any decisions based on this reading. This is just a reading to bring some clarity on the issue, but it's not for you to make the decision, right? Listen to your intuition, and you always know what's best for you, okay? So, we have 4 piles with 4 keys. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So you can pause the video if you like to choose your pile, and I will start. So I will see you in a second. So if you chose pile 1, this is your reading. So we have feeling alone. This is the 5 of Pentacles. Then we have number 13, release. This is the death card. Don't be afraid. So we have now number 31, why? Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. Sorry. Sorry for that. And then, fellow travelers, support is all around you. And full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. Then the last card, be active. This is in German, but I just translated it, right? So, we have space for all the cards. Just a second, just organize this a little bit better. There you go. So I hope my voice does not give up on me, because I was still ill this week, but I had promised to do this reading for you, and I didn't want to break that promise. So this was a request reading, and I found it really, really interesting. All of your requests, I've written them down, and I'll be doing them soon. This was one of them. And okay, so should you stay or should you go from this connection? Well, the thing is, we have here feeling alone and the death card. So at the moment, you're feeling alone in this connection or in your relationship. It's like there's a big disappointment here, and it's like you feel like the other person is not supporting you, is not giving you the love you need, and you don't know how to reach out to this other person. As if I see here, there's this house here with a light on, and it seems so near, but there's no bridge to cross this river, right? So although things seem to be tangible or, fixable, but you do not see a way to do this. And here we also have the moon, and the moon brings illusions or makes everything a bit distorted or not as clear. So, and you end up feeling alone. And if this is true or not, or it's just in your head, that's almost irrelevant here, because the most important thing here is how you're feeling right now in this connection. And with the death card doesn't mean exactly that to let go of this connection, but it's something you are considering. And the death card here, or the release card, is also advising to let go of preconceived notions about love or about this relationship in particular. So it says, like, you probably have expectations or ideas of how the relationship should go, about how love should be, that are not being met. And that's why you're feeling alone, because this is not going according to the way that you like things to be. But the theme here is already a theme of letting go, of feeling unhappy, of feeling the need of releasing this feeling, releasing this situation. And you've been thinking a lot about this, because we have here the card why. And it says everything, actually. So you're thinking about, okay, how this came about, how this did this situation develop in this way, and why are we in this connection? Why is this happening? What is my part in all of this? And how can I make it better? And so you're a lot in your headspace, and you are thinking about the situation and trying to see it from all the perspectives and see also how it came to be, the situation now at hand. And the way you see it, and probably the way it is, there are unsurmountable differences between you, because the religious factors doesn't have to be just religious factors. It can also be cultural factors, even personalities. There are like major differences between you two. And at first, maybe you didn't realize them, but now they're very obvious, and you don't know how to deal with it, and you feel very alone in the situation. You don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to make it better. And again, you're considering letting go of this connection. And you will be making this decision very, very soon, because you'll decide what you want. Do you want to stay in this connection or not? I know you're watching this reading to get some clarity, but the decision at the end of the day, it's your own. Do you want to hang on to this situation that's making you unhappy, and to a situation where you don't know how to make it better, because these differences between you are getting bigger and bigger? And although I have the feeling you've been trying to build bridges, you've been trying to find that bridge to safety, to calmer waters, but you still haven't found it. And you don't know if you will find this bridge, if it is possible to salvage this situation. And what I see here actually is you deciding to release the situation, or release the form that you've been living the situation until now, right? Or even releasing the illusions about the situation. And this card here, fellow travelers, saying support is all around you, is actually telling you that there's no need to be afraid, you know. And here again, this person is going on a journey, is leaving, is going alone, but you'll get support, right? You won't be alone. Your friends will be there, family will be there. So this card is telling you, do not be afraid to make the right decision for yourself, to do what is right for you, to do what makes you feel better, to do what is in alignment to the person who you are. Because you didn't come to this world to suffer. You didn't come to this world to wait on somebody else. You came here to experience yourself, to go on this big adventure that it's called life and love as well. And you deserve to be loved. So these are things that you have also to realize for yourself and by yourself. And when the feeling is right, you'll know exactly what to do. And this card here showed the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. So full moon again is a card of releasing, of letting go of a situation that doesn't serve you. And probably in order to keep the peace in the situation or trying to please the other person, you've probably be showing another side of you, or a not very real side of you. You know, maybe you're trying to keep the peace and you're agreeing with some things that actually are not part of your own integrity. And here it's the card is saying to speak your truth, to show the world your power, to show the world who you really are. And the sense I'm getting here is for you to show yourself who you really are, and to know yourself, what you really want and what you really need in this situation. And again, this card here says saying to become active, so be active in the situation. And here I also have the feeling of leaving, right? Again, you know, going your own way and doing what is right for you. Follow your own star, you know, and do what makes you happy, and following your own truth. Because again, of course, you can decide to find a way of building a bridge between the two of you, you know, but for that you have to let go of illusions and of preconceived ideas of how this has to be, or how the other person has to be, or what the other person should feel, say, or do, right? So this is, at the end of the day, is up to you. But the energy I'm getting from this pile here is an energy of releasing, of letting go, of finding your own safety, of doing what is right for you. And this is very, very important, to reconnect to yourself, to reconnect to your higher self and to your own integrity. And the moment that you do that is the moment that you know exactly what to do. It will be very, very clear. And again, show the world your true self. What do you really want? Right? What do you really need? And by showing this is also communicating, be it to the other person or just to yourself. What I want, what I need is this, this, and that. And then you'll just be active. So it won't be a thing of being active just for the sake of acting. It will be very, very natural. You'll just do the right thing for yourself. And I know it's painful, but the thing is, according here to the cards, you're already in a very painful situation. So every step away from this is a positive step. And it could be by releasing the situation and healing it, or, you know, in an emotional way and dealing with the situation in a different way, or releasing it completely and stepping away from it. So you can heal and you can come to your own power again. So, pile 1. This was your reading. It was a bit straightforward. And I hope it inspires you and brings some clarity into the situation. And I hope it resonates with you. And I wish you all the clarity in the world and all the strength and a lot of love. Thank you so much. So if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. So let's see what your cards are. So should you stay or should you go? So, and remember, this is just to bring some clarity into the situation. All the decisions are up to you, to your own intuition and to your own truth. So we have here number 11, detach. Then we have number 1, manifest. And look, we have 3 ones. So this is the strength card, not the justice card, sorry. and this is the Magician. And then we have number 52, Mending. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Taking shelter. The answers are within. And balance, spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. And we have the answer, yes. Now, these three cards here are very important. I'll just take them. Because for me, they tell me how you're feeling right now about the situation and what you're doing about the situation right now. So you're trying to be fair about the situation. So you're detaching, you're analyzing the situation, you're seeing it from a neutral perspective, or at least you're trying to, so you can find the best option, a peaceful option, like a compromise. And to know also what is best for the situation and what is best for you as well. And you're looking to all the tools that you have at your own disposal, because as you know, the Magician has all the tools, right, at his disposal, and he can create whatever he wants. And you're trying to see, okay, how can I fix this? And again, then we have mending. So how can you mend the situation? How you can make it better for all of the people that are involved in the situation? And for yourself as well, because here there is some heartbreak involved. There is hurt, there is disappointment, but still you are trying to find the best solution possible for this situation, right? You want to be fair, and you want the situation to be fair to you as well. So you're really dedicating yourself to this situation. You want to have the best for all the people involved. And because it's also, with this card here with mending, it's like having a broken heart or a disappointed heart. It can really drain your energy, and you don't want it to cast a too long a shadow in your life. You want things to come back to normal. You want things to be more peaceful and to be in harmony. And I think the main problem in your situation, maybe it won't resonate with all of you, but I think for many of you it will. It has to do with money. The main problem here has to be career and finances. So either there are financial problems, having problems paying the bills on time, or not being able to afford everything that you'd like as a couple. Yeah, for those who are in a relationship especially. And this can cause a lot of stress. This can cause a lot of arguments as well. And with the taking shelter card is like, it's like this card means hard times, and that you have to take shelter. Like that's why they're showing here the winter, hard times, being in the cold, not having enough, be it just in your head or really in reality. And with the finances card, I have here like not having enough, and you're feeling like you have to take shelter. You have to take some measures in order to protect yourself, protect your family. For others of you, what I'm getting is that, for instance, because of career, maybe the other person doesn't have enough time for you and family, or maybe you don't have enough time because of your career for your family, and this is causing friction, this is causing problems. And if the other person doesn't have time for you, then it's like you feel out in the cold, and you feel that as though you are not important enough, and you feel on your own. And this is what may be causing most of the problems in your relationship. And here with this card, full moon in Pisces, and that's why for you it's also a bit difficult to find a solution to this problem, you know, because maybe a part of you is telling you like, well, just let go and walk away. This is too stressful, and we don't have the means to build something together. And here we have again spirituality and practicality. So this is, you know, we started as a beautiful relationship, but now our daily life can be a disaster for some of you, I don't know. And it's proving to be very difficult. And so the logical step would be to walk away, for instance, right? But this is also the soulmate card. So there's a very strong connection here. But again, it's also the full moon. Full moon, it's also about releasing. And also here, and this is again the disappointment that we had here with the first card as well, and is the end of a dream as well. So again, at first when your relationship or connection started, it seemed to be really beautiful, very promising, and now it's like, is this disappointment there? Reality just crashed in and shows a totally different picture. And it can also be that you're dealing with someone that promises more than he or she can deliver, and you were inclined to believe in this promise, to believe in this dream, and now it's like this wake-up call, so to say, and you're smelling the coffee, and the coffee doesn't taste good, so to say. I know it's a silly saying, but this is what proves to be difficult, because the connection is very strong and you cannot just walk away like that. It's very difficult for you. But we have this yes card, and this yes card is very, very positive. And what I get from this card is like, this card is not saying, yes, leave this person, right? It's not what I'm getting here. Especially, look, we have here a dove, and we have a dove as well. And this is peace, this is healing, this is promise. And again, we have rainbows. And the rainbows is also the promise of something good. Something is going to get better. Peace will come in. So I think what we've got here is, of course, again, you can listen to your intuition, and only you know the truth of your situation and what is better for you, right? But here with this pile, although the situation may prove to be difficult, right? Maybe because of financial problems or career ambitions, be it from one or the other side or even both sides. The thing is, this can be mended. With these two cards here, there is the possibility, there are ways of mending the situation, and this mending of the situation is possible. And although there is disappointment, the connection is still very strong. Now, again, you both, not just you, but you both have to be practical about the situation. You have to ground yourselves. Now, because I have the feeling, especially because you are asking the question, that the honeymoon, cannot speak, just a second, we have Mercury in retrograde still. Because the honeymoon phase seems to be over, so to say, right? But love is still there. But now you have to be practical about it, right? And for some of you that are in this love connection, you have to, and not in a relationship, you have to see how practical it is to have this connection and to make it become a relationship. So here in this case, for pile 2, not all hope is lost. And you are really trying to see the best way of solving this, right? And I have the feeling that you can be successful. as long as you're practical, as long as you're realistic about the situation, you can be successful in mending the situation and making it better, right? It's like here is also like preparing yourself for hard times, preparing yourself for what can go wrong in a relationship, and also then finding solutions to the problems at hand, right? So this is possible. Of course, communication is the key here, although here we don't have any communication cards, but this is also one of the tools of the magician. And of course, with mending as well, you need communication. You need communication and you need practical efforts. But, you know, it takes two to tango. So both of you have to be involved in mending this situation. Of course, one can be the starter and the other one will follow, but both of you have to be invested in turning the page, in building a bridge, in moving forward in a more successful way, especially if we have finances and career involved here. Yeah. And that was it. So pile number 2, this was your reading. I hope it inspires you and brings some clarity into your situation, and I hope it resonates with you. And I wish you all the love in the world, all the clarity and all the strength as well. Thank you so much. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. So should you stay or should you go? And remember, this reading is just to bring you clarity. The decision is all up to you. Follow your own intuition and your own truth. Yeah. So your cards. We have number 2, spread your wings. This is the 2 of Wands. Then we have number 6, believe and succeed. 6 of Wands. Then we have number 10, unfinished symphony. Then we have passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Valiant courage, take action with passion. Oh, passion and passion. And we have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Then the last card. Es gibt etwas Besseres. So there's something better. And now your situation. What I'm getting here is like with these 2 cards, we have the Wands here. But spread your wings. What I'm getting here is like your situation, be it a connection or relationship, is starting to feel very restrictive. It's like you do not feel free in this situation. You do not feel that all your potential can be lived out, right? That you cannot experience it's like, is this situation or this connection or relationship, you have the feeling that it's holding you back and you need to spread your wings. What I get from all these cards together is like you have this lust for life. It's like you feel this calling that there's something better out there for you, that there's something else. And this is probably the reason why you're asking the question and watching this reading as well. And with the believe and succeed, so with the 6 of Wands, you just feel like there's something out there calling you, and there in the distance where there's this lighthouse showing you the ways, like you already know where to go. Also here we have the way path, this path being paved already. That's what I wanted to say, you know, and you want to follow your lucky star. And actually the feeling I get, it's you're already, maybe just in your head, maybe just in your heart, you're already leaving this situation, right? You're already on your way, so to say, but you still haven't made that last step, you know, like finishing the relationship or cutting the connection. But you feel like there's something else. There's this thirst for life, this lust of achieving something else, going somewhere else. Maybe you want to travel, maybe, and your partner or connection doesn't want to travel, and you want to see the world, you want a new career, you want something else. It could also be that for some of you, but it's a small percentage actually, probably has a new passion in your life, right? You probably have a new passion or someone else, but it's just a very small percentage, and you don't know if you should leave your partner or not and what to do. But for the most of you, it's also the feeling you have, all this passion, all this lust for life. You know, you want to experience something else because something again is calling you, saying there's something better out there. But then again, you still haven't taken that step, because this is still unfinished business. You still haven't taken that step. You still haven't found closure with this relationship. Because in this relationship or connection, there's still a lot of passion, right? So maybe it's just physical passion, or you have many things still in common, and maybe up to a certain extent, you are very happy with this person as well that you're thinking about or asking about. So, and this makes very difficult for you to cut it loose and let go. And so you're really conflicted. On one hand, you actually are enjoying this situation or this connection. On the other hand, you want to break free, actually, and you want to fly away. And so that's why we have here the unfinished symphony. And this card is calling you to find closure. Otherwise, you know, you'll be flying, but with one foot tied down. So you cannot fly very far. And this can bring to frustration, and it can escalate into a situation that can turn ugly, right? And I think that's what you're trying to avoid. But this requires courage. This requires to take action, right? To do something. And you're still not quite there yet, right? But this card here says the answers you need are coming. So we have full moon in Gemini. Full moon is, again, it's a card of releasing. It's a card, but it's also a card of communication. So first, this card is warning you, be mindful of your words. Be mindful of the way you speak to your partner or to this person you're asking about. Be mindful of that, right? And especially now that we still have this retrograde in Mercury, we should all be very careful of how we speak or not speak, right? And but if you're watching this at another time, don't worry about it, but still be careful of how you express yourself to this other person. But what the card is also saying, right, is this is now important, because I have the feeling that many of you will decide to go, will decide to leave this behind, follow your dreams, follow your heart. But for some others of you now, you can salvage the situation. You can turn this relationship around into the direction you want to go. Because now you have the inspiration. Now you have this clarity of mind. You know exactly what you want and how to get it. And if what you're feeling is this restriction, is that this relationship is kind of holding you back, you can solve this through communication. And this card also says the resolution to this problem is only a couple of conversations away. So that's why it says the answers you need are coming, right? And here with this valiant courage, you also have to have the courage to speak your mind, speak your truth, speak what you need. But don't forget, in a loving way, because this card with the full moon, it is then amplified, and you can end up saying too much or saying the wrong thing. So you really have to watch your words here. But if it comes from a place of love and understanding, so you can also have the courage of speaking your mind and saying what you need, and that you need something different, something better than what you are experiencing now. So there is a way of healing the situation, of changing the situation. Because, for instance, with this unfinished symphony, this is a card also of letting go, of finding closure, but you can also change this cycle, right? Because with the unfinished symphony, it could also be that you say, now I'm leaving, but with your next partner, you will find a similar situation again, right? So this would be an opportunity if you still have this passion for your partner, if this partner still makes your heart sing, but you just need a different development in the relationship, so you can turn this around, right? So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you this other option here, because again, only you know your own truth and how the situation is really playing out in your life. And like I said, some of you already have a new passion in your life, a new person. So you have to listen to your heart. What you really need, what is really fair towards you and towards all the people that are involved, and what are also the consequences of the situation. Because here at the full moon in Gemini is really, really quick-witted, quick at making decisions, but Gemini usually doesn't really think ahead, right? Doesn't really think about the consequences. And this is no judgment over Gemini, far from it. I really like Gemini people, but with this energy, it's also cautioning you, let things unfold, because they will unfold in a positive way, and probably even in the way you want. But don't be too quick. Don't be too quick on making a decision, right? Think of the consequences, especially to yourself, for yourself, yeah. And this is really, really important here in your situation, be it you are with another person already or interested in another person, and or if you're still very happy with your partner, but you're not happy with the situation itself. And I was reminded of this. There's a book by Paulo Coelho, and it's called The Valkyries. Yeah, and there's a passage in that book that I never forgot, because I found it really beautiful. And it's, what's the difference between love and passion? They're both very strong, but passion is something usually more sexual, and it can fizzle out in one night, right? Or not, depends. But passion is something immediate, is something that you once you fulfill this passion, it can be also gone immediately. While love is something that is slow. Love is something that you build. It takes long, and you build it brick by brick, and then you build a house or a palace or whatever you prefer. And somehow I just felt inspired to share this with you. I'm not passing judgment on anything, because I find passion fantastic as well. I just felt this inspiration as a guidance for you, to weigh your decision with more clarity as well. But again, this is up to you, what you do, and just let your intuition guide you. But here is like, I have the feeling that you're already with one foot out of the door, actually. But you still don't know how to do this, like in a final way, yeah? And exactly. So you can go, this pile can go both ways. You can still turn the situation around within your relationship, or you can go, it's 50-50 here in this situation. I hope this brought some clarity to your situation. I hope that this inspires you, and also that it resonates with you. And I wish you all the clarity in the world, and a lot of strength, and all the love. Thank you so much. So if you chose pile 4, this is your reading. So this is, should you stay or should you go? And remember, this is just to bring some clarity into your situation. The decision is all up to you. Listen to your intuition and what is best for you. So what are your cards? Number 9, Darkest Fears. This is the 9 of Swords. 18, Confront, the Moon card. Then we have number 16, All That Glitters. True Love, this is the romance of a lifetime. Begin now, take your first step. Hold your vision, Fixed Moon. And this means better health. This is in German, but in English is better health. Excuse me. Sorry, speaking of which. So I hope my voice doesn't let me down during the reading. So now this is really interesting, pile number 4. Again, so here we have a lot of disappointment. So with this card, the relationship or the connection didn't turn out the way you were expecting. There's a lot of disappointment here, a lot of hurt, a lot of anxiety. So this was heartbreak, and what happened between you two then made you feel like you were not good enough, made you feel less than, and you were the whole time in your headspace. And you see here like different phases of the moon, right? So you're not seeing things clearly, and you're just going around in circles in your mind. What could you have done better? What could have been different? Do I still have a chance with this person? What can I do? Should I let it be? Should I go? But this is very intense in your mind, right? This is really keeping you in circles. You're just going in circles the whole time in your mind, and there's not much that you can do, and you feel disempowered, you feel weak. And for some of you, I just got this, that you feel like a fool in this situation. And this makes you very, very sad. And this, it can be, it does not only keep you up at night, but it can be that even during your waking hours, while you're working with friends, this is still in the back of your mind. And it just doesn't seem to let you go. And I have this feeling of anxiety, of fear, of sadness. Just a second, excuse me. Sorry. But with the moon card, what this situation is actually bringing is like, because the situation really triggers you. And this here, actually, I have this here with the moon card like a positive thing, actually, because the situation is forcing you to look within and to look, okay, why am I attracting this kind of situation? Probably it wasn't the first time that you were or are experiencing this kind of situation in your love life. And now it's like you made a decision. No, I want to know. I want to look into my own shadow, to my shadow side. I want to know, when did it start? What happened to me? What happened to my inner child here in this case, that I'm still repeating this kind of situation all over again, and I'm just hurting the whole time. It's like, for me here, it's like you made a decision of breaking a cycle, of stopping the situation from repeating, right? This as being positive, but this is a difficult situation because you're going through old wounds and old hurts, and many things are resurfacing, and it's not easy. But this is a very courageous step, actually. But it's not easy. It's like you're really going through the dark night of the soul. And you're very brave for doing that, because you don't want to be stuck in this energy forever. You know, it's like, the feeling I get is like, the people in your relationships change, but the situation is always the same. It changes probably a little bit in the context, but you end up feeling the same. It's like you're going through the situation round and round and round and round. And you made now a conscious decision of, no, I'm not, I'm not going to tell myself that next time it's better. No. I have experiences, I have enough experiences to know that it's something within me. It's not the others, it's something within me. So you decided to take this leap of faith and jump into your shadow side in order to heal it, in order to integrate it at the end of the day. Because the healing is the integration of your shadow side, and then your shadow side doesn't look or doesn't work against you, it works with you. And the shadow side is usually the hurt child, and the child wants attention. And that's what you're doing. You're giving this child, your inner child, attention. And this is actually beautiful. Oh, and they have 2 9s. 18, 9. Really nice. So it's like the 9 is also the completion of a cycle. So you are completing a cycle. You don't want a situation in your life anymore. And the situation was actually always started with projections, all right? You always tend, and in this case with this situation as well, you tend to project something beautiful, something pure, something amazing onto this other person. So you probably put this person on a pedestal. This person is the most amazing person that ever walked the earth, right? And now what you're realizing is that's not it. you know, that you're probably even doing all the work in this connection or in the relationship, right? Because you still see the person as the perfect embodiment of what you want. And what you want is this. You want this true love. You want the romance of a lifetime. You're very, very romantic. And you're really seeking it. You're thirsting for this true love. For someone that would climb any mountain, swim any ocean, just to be with you, like in the romantic songs, right? And this is Cleopatra and Mark Antony, and they are like one of the most famous couples in history. And you can Google it. It's actually very, very, very romantic. But this is what you're craving. You're craving this true love. And I'm not saying that you do not feel this true love for the person you're asking for. And I'm not saying that this person doesn't feel it for you. But obviously, at the moment, for whatever reason, this person is not giving you what you need. And this person has disappointed you very, very deeply, has hurt you very deeply. And this person is not what you thought this person was. So this is a big disappointment here. And for some of you as well, or for all of you, depending, you also, in order to please this person, you also decided to put on a mask to show a side of yourself that wasn't entirely correct, right? So there's a lot of alternative reality here, right? But the feeling I get is that the masks have fallen and you can see the truth now, and that's why you decided, you know, to go within and find the answers within, to see what really moves you to get into this situation, what really has sparked this pattern in your life. But the good news is here that you've already started. So actually, it's really interesting here. Actually, you're already moving on, right? And it can also be that this person you're asking about, this person moved away. You've already said goodbye to this person, or you said goodbye to each other. But this person is probably traveling, and you're like left behind. And maybe there's not even communication between you two. And you feel like you were left behind, you're left alone. And that you're not important enough for this person to make an effort to try to contact you or to stay with you. And this led to all these abandonment issues. That's what I got now. Yeah, it's like abandonment issues. That's why you're like dealing with the inner child now and giving it the love it needs. But with the card here, fixed moon, hold your vision. This is really beautiful. Why? Because you started this journey. You're going through your shadow side right now. And hold your vision of true love. Hold a vision, what it is true love for you. It's actually, for me, some of you are even discovering that. What is true love for you? How does it feel like? You know, what does it really mean to be truly loved? That someone is really there for you and loves you for all that you are. And that this someone prioritizes you in their lives. That you're so important that this person will consider you in whatever decision they make. This is very, very important for you, I have the feeling right now. So you can also hold a vision of a beautiful real relationship with this person you're asking about, right? But what you need to do right now, and this is, the cards are really clear here, is to find distance, to make some distance from this situation. You know, maybe this person is already distant from you, but emotionally in your heart, You have to find that distance as well from this person, from this situation. You have to let go of the situation. You don't have to give up on it totally if you don't feel like it, or if you feel, my God, this is really true love and I want to fight for it. But here in this case, in your case, to fight for it is to let go. I know it's very hard, but just let go and concentrate on yourself. Concentrate on the vision of yourself. How do you want to love? How do you want to be loved? Who are you really when it comes to love, when it comes to life? Because maybe, you know, you've been putting everyone else on a pedestal and making yourself small, you know, and always being at the mercy of the whims and will of other people. But that is no more. You're making another decision right now. You know, you're going to take care of yourself, and you're starting. You've already taken the first step. You've already begun. Most of you, at least. If you haven't, the card says, begin now. And this will lead to a better health, because it can be with this, all this anxiety and going through the dark night of the soul, that this has taken a toll on your health as well, be it mental health, emotional health, physical health. They're all interconnected. So it can be that your immune system has been down. It can be that you're more prone to accidents than usual. But if you are, don't worry too much, because that also happens with the Mercury retrograde that we're living right now. If you're watching this at another time, it can be because of your emotional distress at the moment, right? But this will lead to a better health. This will lead also to empowerment. You'll feel stronger. You know, you will feel also more connected to yourself, to your higher self, to the universe, right? And the moment this happens, you know, this situation can get better as well. And if when you feel stronger, you realize, oh no, I don't want this connection anymore, or I don't want this kind of situation anymore, then you'll be stronger than to find love, the real love, the true love you want in your life. And you see here, have here the cup. It's almost like the Ace of Cups, right? So the offer of love, the offer of healing. And it can be that then you'll find someone that will heal your heart, you know, that will really have this new person. I have the feeling will be like the confirmation for your healing, right? And here I'm not seeing that healing the situation is impossible. I'm not saying that. But be it to heal the situation, or to bring a better situation or a new pattern of happiness and fulfillment and happiness into your life, then you have to heal yourself first. You have to empower yourself, and you're already doing that. You're going through the dark night. You're healing the inner child, and you'll be able to do this. You'll be successful. And you're being very, very brave. So congratulations. Wow. You can do this. Just hold your vision of what you want and why you're doing it. You can do this. So pile number 4, this was your reading. I hope it inspires you. I hope it brings clarity and also resonates with you. And I wish you a lot of clarity, a lot of strength, and a lot of love. Thank you so much.